Welcome back, guys. I can tell you what I did last year. This battery, by all means, is not for the Honda Rebel 500. It might be close. I wouldn't have bought something that wasn't like far off. But it's definitely not meant for the Honda Rebel. Mind you, it did work. It did needed to get me like where I needed to go. But I was in a crunch last year. So I moved from an island and got this to my house. I was going to Toronto for the week and I didn't want to leave my motorcycle outside, for someone just to either tip over or go missing. So my work said, yeah, well, you can store it there for the week. We have no problem with that. So I'm like, okay. For one, it had no chain. And for two, it had no battery, which, if you guys don't know already, goes underneath the seat. Now, looking at this battery, two problems. First off, the battery terminals are facing, like the bolts go in this way, going this way, horizontal, where on a regular Honda Rebel battery, you can actually put your screws in or bolts in this way. So it's not meant to do that by all means. But I had one day to get this motorcycle out of the elements and in storage for a week while I went to Toronto. But I'll show you what the problem was. The battery terminals aren't meant to go diagonally. So when I go to put it in, they're not meant to go this way. They go straight down. If you guys don't already know, there's two bolts right here underneath the seat. You got this one and this one right here. Mind you, she's super dirty. It's been sitting here doing nothing. So I'll just go along and get this unhooked right now. It's hard to do with one hand, but let's see if we can do it. No, I'm gonna have to set you up over here and we'll do it that way. So underneath the seat right here, there's two bolts. I don't know if they were originally Allen keys or they were Phillips. I put Phillips in because I bet you they were Allen keys, and I probably didn't like the Allen key. I guess you could turn the Allen key up and just do it this way, but I had either I lost the bolts and replaced it with a Phillips, but I've done this so many times. I'm surprised my seat's not ripping, but we'll get in here and I'll show you what I mean about the battery not being able to hook up the way I wanted to. And oh my god, was it so difficult to get that undone. So all you do is undo those bolts and your seat should just lift up. Oh, I think I'm gonna unthread this one a bit more. Right about there. Yeah, now she's free. So all you do is lift up and then there's a little tab. See, what you want to do is lift up and then pull back. There's this tab right here that fits in the motorcycle. Right at the seat right there. And then these are the two bolts that I'm talking about that sit. Let's bring it back over here. That sit right into these two holes right here. This one and this one. So I've done some modification to this. I've been in and out of this compartment. I did take my back fender off at one point. So these wires are disconnected. I probably shouldn't have them laying out there like that, like so exposed when I hooked up the battery, but it didn't do anything. I just had no working lights. I just needed to get this motorcycle from A to B, which was about 2 miles down the road, and it did the trick. But if you look in here, there's my black terminal, my negative right here, and they don't give you much slack. Like this is all you get. And then my positive terminal, which is right, I see it right here. Yeah. There's my positive. There's my positive terminal right there. So they literally, I think I had to go around on this side and grab it, but they don't give you much slack. So I remember I had to do this. I had to flatten this out. This terminal right here, I don't know if you can see it right now. It's flat now, and it used to look like the negative right there. So I had to flatten out because there was no way I can get my hand in there. Essentially, so this battery had to fit in there like that with the positive terminal going essentially like that, exactly where it is. That's how I had to do it. Usually you could put them on top, but I had to do it that way. So that was so difficult. And then at the same time, my gauges didn't work. So I had to flick this fuse panel. So that's a good one. If your gauges don't work, this fuse panel right here, this is what usually goes. So it's a good idea to carry like a 7.5 amp or a 15 amp fuse. I have a 30 in there. I'm not sure if that's the one I replace. And then I got 15s in there as well. So it's a good idea to, in your toolkit. And then there is the 7.5 and 15 amp right there. So it's a good idea to carry these fuses with you in like your toolkit, just in case you do break down. But I just want to show you guys my problem that I had when trying to get this battery hooked up. It was quite the mess. Same with this chain that I got to replace. It's rusting because it's not being used. And when I installed it, like look how tight this is. Like chain's super tight. So I need to buy a new chain. I'm just gonna buy a new chain and do it properly. But I fought with this chain for probably about I'm gonna say 2 hours. Because clearly didn't have the proper tools. Looking at this now, I'm wondering why that's so scratched. I know this you can extend the length of your chain. I'm not too familiar with that. So in the comments, if you let me know. But this chain, essentially, I had to get it half on the sprockets. So I attached it here, pulled it back. I linked it with it half on the sprocket, linked it, and then rolled my bike forward, and eventually this was turning, and then just like a bicycle, I got my chain on, and it made a nice little snap. So I'm probably gonna have to change my sprockets, probably this one and then my front one. Also, there's no chain guard on here at all, so that's probably really dangerous. Me riding about, I don't know, going 30, 35 kilometers, my chain could have just broke off and took out my leg. But yeah, so I just want to let you guys know the hassle that I had. I'm probably going to be removing the back fender again. I'm not going to have no passengers on a 500. I just don't see that being, a fun ride, me and her. So we're not going to do that. So I'll probably be taking this right out and then tucking in the wires somewhere and getting this all cleaned up. Little modifications here and there. Like these, I need mirrors. I do have mirrors, but I'm probably going to get new mirrors. We're going to go with the LED headlight, and then we're going to go with a new blinker style. But by all means, she's still pretty mint, but a lot of things that we can do. Like no one sees this, but I might paint that just for my preference, knowing that it won't rust or anything. What else we got in here? We're going to be doing an oil change, just cosmetics, and then, so this is the type of rush I was in. My license plate is zip tied to the back of my blinker. That didn't work. And during this whole process, I had the police behind me randomly, and thank God he didn't pull me over. I had safety gloves, helmet, I look like an experienced rider. I'm sure he's seen way worse on the road, so he didn't really give me that much hassle. It was in front of the cop station, so maybe he was like, okay, like end of the day, he just wanted to go home, so maybe I lucked out that way. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's going on with this build, and stay tuned for the progress. We'll be ordering parts soon, so I'll make it short, keep you updated on that. So till next time, guys, thanks.